All right, if you have been trying to buy a house these last couple of years, you know the roller coaster that it has been. There is some more availability now, but those interest rates are now rising.
Is there really availability? Because it seems that there's no inventory. It's so hard to find a house. We used to see people waiting in line. You had to get that first bid in. Are we still experiencing that?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right.
A little bit. Okay, Carla.
Okay, so what's happening right now is we still have an inventory shortage. We should have about 20,000 houses on the market, and we're up to like 9. So that's really good news if you're looking for a house. It's still a very strong seller's market. People are still waiting in line, but we're not seeing those huge 100,000 over asking, waiving all their contingencies. We're protecting the buyer again.
Interest rates have gone up quite a bit in a short amount of time. Enough to impact people's buying decisions? Where are we at on that?
I think yes. So it is impacting people's buying decisions, but not in the huge masses that we think we would see it. It's just slowing things down to a more normal pace, a more average pace that we're used to. It's like pumping the brakes when you drive by the highway patrol on the freeway, right?
Where are the rates right now?
They're at about 5.5.
Wow.
Which is actually supposed to be normal
but
and
when
average.
But when you refied for 2.99 a year and a half ago, then that's a big difference.
Personally, we refied at 2.7, so we're never moving.
Right. Well, but see, and that's the thing. That's what makes it so, I guess, unaffordable for people. The housing prices might be leveling off, but you can't afford a mortgage.
Right. So a $700,000 house 2 years ago at 3 and lower is now a $500,000 house when you're looking at month-to-month payments.
Okay. So silver lining here.
You want some silver lining? Yeah.
Silver lining is if you're a buyer, you are not in Uber competition, right? You're not going $100,000 over asking. You're not waiving your appraisal and your inspection. You're not buying houses sight unseen anymore. But if you're a seller, you can no longer just post a picture on the MLS from your iPhone and know that it's going to sell sight unseen. We have to go back to the old days where folks like us have to do our job, properly market your house, declutter, stage, professional photos. It's kind of going back to the olden days of 2 years ago.
So the houses might not be going 100 over list price, but is that list price going down or is that going to be stable?
So if you are pricing your house accordingly, based on comps and what the professionals are telling you, then it's still going to sell and relatively quickly. If you are super excited because you heard on the news that everything's going crazy right now and you want to list it at kind of an astronomical price, then you will start to see those price reductions.
Two questions. Number one, is this that bubble that everyone's talking about that might burst? And number two, did these prices just get to where they should be? Because Arizona was relatively low for a very long time, which was fantastic for those of us who live here.
Right.
But did we just basically level off, and are we ever going to see the prices go back to where they were?
So I don't think we'll see the prices go backwards. We're not going to see it go behind. In fact, if you look at the previous recession and you calculate in a normal appreciation in our market, we still haven't caught up to where it should have been at that point. So the low interest rates kind of created an artificial appreciation of your house instead of like a gradual 5% per year. We were seeing 30, these huge jumps. So we're not going to see backwards. We're just gonna slow down a little bit. And it might feel like a bubble, but really it's just that slowdown of going 65 back on the freeway when you were doing 90.
Gotcha. Interesting. Carla McGee, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. How do people get in touch with you?
You can find me on Instagram at Investment Real Estate AZ.
Perfect. Thank you, Carla.
I could talk about this forever.
Me too.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I had to jump in to stop you.
I'm sorry.
I knew the questions were coming.
Well, there's just so much to know.
So much information.
Yeah. Okay. Irene is at the Arizona Boardwalk this morning.